Welcome back to the Roll-Up High Roller community. As always, nothing on the roll-up is to be construed as financial advice. We are just some educators in the DeFi space. Toss us a quick like, give us a share, a repost, send it to a friend who may want to watch this, and finally, give us a sub or a follow. It means the world to help support credibly neutral educational content in DeFi. We're here to educate, empower, and enrich you. And let's jump in. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Roll-Up. We're diving deep into Solana ecosystem because Santiago Sanchez from Blockworks is saying Solana is going to flip Ethereum. We got 𝗵𝗵𝗴𝗵 in the building. 𝗵𝗵𝗴𝗵, when are we flipping Ethereum? Come on. When, sir?
It's not when, right? Let's say Q4 25.
All right. So you are a core contributor at Kamino. How'd you get there?
Well, I started in 𝗵𝗶𝗴𝗵 protocol. And before that, I was more into NFTs as a pastime, and got hooked on Ethereum first, and it was just too damn expensive to transact there. Got into Solana and started working for 𝗵𝗶 protocol, and through 𝗵𝗶 we have built Kamino Finance, which we'll be taking a look at today.
Yeah, let's dive into a full demo, kind of show the different features, maybe do some live transactions since it's so quick and easy. And so yeah, I'm a new user. I'm coming on to Solana because 𝗬𝗐 airdrop just happened and everyone's getting rich over there, and I've got FOMO. But I actually want to use a really solid battle-tested protocol to borrow and lend to earn some yield, to go long or short, and with some optionality. So I arrived to Kamino. What am I doing?
All right. So there's this first thing, two things that you can do right off the bat. So over here we've got the borrow lend, which has been live for about a month now, and we just hit 85 mil TVL, as you can see. So that's pretty hyped at the moment. And you can come straight over here with your 𝗬𝗐, and click supply. And jump straight in. And if you want to get some deeper info, you can head over to the asset reserve page, go and look at a few different pretty charts over there. And yeah, that's the short and the long of the borrow lend side.
So you would recommend definitely supplying a variety of different assets and borrowing and lending to get the most out of the protocol.
Yeah, 100%. So I mean, the lending is a primitive that we've just added, and we've been building it for about a year, and thought about taking it live quite a few months ago, and decided, let's build a bit longer. Let's add some richer features in here. So you might have seen at the bottom of the borrow lend, there's these tokens starting with K, so like 𝗵𝗵𝗴𝗵𝗀, for example. Let's go about 9.7 mil. And essentially, what these tokens are concentrated liquidity LP tokens. So I think uni-V3 positions essentially, but tokenized and totally fungible. So this is the initial primitive that we built with 𝗵𝗶, are these one-click liquidity vaults, and these are essentially auto compounding uni-V3 positions, in line with what you'll find on Gamma. You probably know that one.
Yep. But these are on Orca.
These are on Orca and on Radium, and
yep.
we're adding another one soon, but I won't share too much alpha at the moment.
So basically, you can borrow against yield-generating LP tokens, which earn DEX trading fees from tokens or from swaps, and yield from the LST, the liquid stake SOL under it, and then you can come onto Kamino and also borrow against those. So it's kind of like an exotic LP borrow, which is not super exotic. It's just a SOL, so it's not, there's not a lot of impermanent loss, but you get more yield, plus then you get the APY on top. or at least it's shown here as far as fees.
Yeah. So this APY is actually the peer trading fees. So this is yielding
Huge gain, brother. Huge gain.
So this P&L number looks very, very simple at the surface, but we are, as far as I know, the only concentrated liquidity market maker, or at least we were the first to show peer P&L numbers, just because it's quite a hassle to figure that out over time. So this is like, at a glance, this P&L number looks nice, and obviously it looks even sexier now than usual. But what we've built on top of these automatic positions, or to accompany them, is a full analytics suite where you can actually track your position value, and especially for these GeoSol or like NFT Sol vaults, the strategies that we've built, we've just been optimizing for about 18 months, and you end up with something like this. Like we can go ahead and select 6-month window, and you can get an idea of just by how much these vaults outperform holding your vanilla LFT token.
Wow. And so that's outperformance of Solana by 4% in the last 6 months.
Yeah, and outperforming vanilla GeoSol. So if you just stake, then you earn about 1% less over 6 months. So that's about a 2% APY difference.
And then if you scroll down there, you have the fees. What is the kind of fee structure work for Kamino? And how does that kind of look?
So Kamino doesn't have any upfront fees, but it does have a performance fee. So you can see it's 9.5%. And essentially what that means is it's not 9.5% of the deposit value. It's 9.5% of all the fees generated by the LP. So let's say your position generates $100 of fees. Kamino would then take 9.5 of that $100. But if you don't generate fees, in your position, if the vault doesn't generate fees for you, then you don't earn. Kamino doesn't take a fee, essentially.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
your performance only. And then when you go to the analytics, sorry. I was just gonna say, when you go to the analytics page and you show the improvement of the Kamino strategy compared to the other HODL strategies, does that actually account fees as well? So after fees, the strategy is 4.07%, or is that pre-fees?
This is pre-fees. So what that would essentially mean for the math is you would take about 0.4% away from that. So you can call this 3.7-ish.
Yeah, still 0.5% or more higher at least. Yeah.
And then you can go and leverage it with
sure,
with borrowing. That's what makes it a pretty exciting prospect. Yeah.
For sure. It's like not just a boring concentrated liquidity position you can't do anything with. You can get higher returns, and then you get more capital efficiency. You can go and loop that, and you can kind of do whatever you really want to do with it. And then so definitely want to be using Kamino for LP lending and just normal asset lending for sure.
Yep. And if I may, I'll just show a quick peek at two products that we have in beta as well. That's fine. Do we have a few more minutes?
Brother, we got all day, brother.
Meal kill us. Let's go. So we have this multiply product, which essentially makes an automated loop with your LST, where you supply an LST into the borrowland and then borrow Sol. And essentially how it works is Kamino takes a flash loan, opens up a position at target leverage, and then you sit pretty earning yield. As long as the LST yield is above the SOL borrow rate, it essentially means you're owning. So we can go to click into 𝗵𝗶𝗴𝗵. So the 𝗵𝗶𝗴 base APY right now is something like 7 point, let's call it 7.5. And if you going to multiply, and let's say I want to drop in 2 SOL into this vault, by default I would earn 7.4%, which is just the vanilla staking APY. If I go and drag this multiplier, I can drag it up to 5x. Let's be a bit more risk averse and go 4x.
Only in crypto is 4x risk averse.
Well, we can call it risk averse to a degree. The reason being, both of these assets are pegged to SOL, right?
Yeah.
So it would require a really severe depeg. So you can see down here at 4% we're at 75 LTV, and liquidation is at 90%. So you need a depeg of 15+% compared to the SOL price in order to get liquidated, which I mean shit happens, right? So let's not act like this position doesn't have risk, but to double your staking APY, that's a risk I'm willing to take personally,
for sure.
So
send it over it.
Finishes on.
So basically, you can do one-click looping here. You have to do multiple transaction confirmations, but you can deposit just plain old vanilla SOL and be instantly put into a leverage position on a leverage loop on 𝗵𝗴 by depositing 𝗵𝗴, borrowing SOL, depositing 𝗵𝗴, borrowing SOL, and that does it automatically through Kamino for you.
Yep. And so it is actually one click. It's just that initial one was just a setup which you need if you interact for the first time. So we can go in. You can there's a bit of slippage that's involved here, hence the minus just above 1. But as you can see here, you can see what your total exposure to 𝗵𝗴, what your total debt, percentage from liquidation, all the good stuff,
Wow, that's really solid. Yeah, really juiced the yields there.
Yes, sir.
We love to see that. That's awesome. And then what is the bottom, the simulation? How does that impact users?
So this is essentially if you've got an open position, you'll see that. So this takes you back to this, and basically, if you want to adjust your position, you don't want to go in blind, right? So let's say I want to adjust my leverage. I'm feeling a little frisky today, so I'll take it up to 4.5. And then over here, I can see a simulation of what my position is going to look like after I make this transaction. So my net value is more or less the same. APY, pumping the APY by about another %, increasing collateral, increasing debt, and make my out to be a bit more risky, And this is the same for any of the transactions. So let's say I want to add another SOL, then simulation should pop out. It might be a bit slow at the moment. Devs are working beta boys to beta.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, that's what it is.
Nice, man. Did you want to show that last tab, or is that one still a work in progress, more or less?
We can definitely go have a look. So this is long short, and the TLDR on this is we were looking around the ecosystem, and basically the only way to get leverage on chain at the moment is through perps, right? it's either perps or you have to manually go supply, borrow, swap, supply, borrow, swap. And the first one is pretty expensive because funding rates are expensive, and the second one is just a pain in the ass, right? So what we've built is a leverage product where you very simply can get leverage exposure to various assets. This is not the 100x's. This is more getting exposure to an asset up to our parameters are conservative now because we take risk management extremely seriously, and we are scaling it up very slowly. But here, Sol, you can get up to 2.8x leverage, but let's say 2x leverage, and this position can just sit long term. You don't pay funding rates. The only rate that you pay is the USDC borrow rate, which is also offset by the Sol supply rate, right? So here you can see the borrow APY on this position. So essentially, the funding rate is 2.8%, 2.89 yearly, which is way lower, than
Super shelf
on your average perps platform. So that was the thought behind this one. So just one click, easy leverage, low cost, long term, looped via Kamino Lend and USDC. Yeah. So
love that.
No.
Nice, man. I appreciate the presentation and just kind of showing us around. How do you think about the current state of Solana after the bear market? A lot of hype after the 𝗬𝗠 airdrop. Obviously, they have a ton of airdrop hunters and farmers come along, but generally, where do you see the ecosystem flourishing? What are some things that the ecosystem needs to work on? What's the state of Solana as from the inside?
Yeah. I mean, it's been a incredibly tough grind since about Luna from that time onwards, basically. And as you probably know, sold it $8 in December, and we as a project also had to very seriously ask ourselves, how strong is our conviction in this ecosystem? Do we believe in the people building here? Do we believe in the tech? Which does matter, right? And the conclusion after some very serious introspection and conversations was, we're sticking with it. And it's been a crazy 2023, and as you say, it's been pumping the last 2 months massively. So suddenly the tech got really good out there, as they'd say. And yeah, sorry, you want to say?
So kind of that's the post bear market vibe. Kind of what is really flourishing in the ecosystem that you're seeing, and where do you see some challenges or work needs to be done still?
Yeah. So I'll start that by answering the question about what does it look like post 𝗬𝗠 airdrop, which was just off the charts, huge. And as you say, there's a lot of airdrop farms coming in right now, inevitably. But I do think that the state of Solana, and just the UX of Solana, as you know, I mean, you're pretty familiar with it yourself. It's so good that people coming in from ETH or from other ecosystems generally are bound to stay. Not all of them, but just Solana is just too smooth and too good. So I would say that the outlook on our end is really optimistic. Not just because Kamino personally grew like 700 and something% in the last month, but I would say the outlook's really optimistic, and you see a lot of projects that have been building for a year plus. Now, getting more distribution, getting more eyes on it, and that's for the good of everyone. Rising tide.
Yeah, man. And then kind of to wrap us up, what are some things that you're excited that are being built now? Some alphas for the community. Where can the roll-up community get in there on Solana and really make some interesting plays, get our eyes onto the right areas? What's exciting you right now from the insides that maybe isn't so exciting or known, or just kind of all of the above? Like what are you excited about, and where is it happening, and how can people get involved?
Yep. Well, I'd have to show Kamino in a very much biased manner at the top of that list. Because we've been live for a month, and it's been a long grind to get to where we are now, and the product suite that we have now has been like a year and a half in the making. And we've got, as you might have seen at the, I'm not sharing screen anymore, right?
Yeah.
No, all good. So you'll see on the Kamino interface, points are coming as well, which may or may not lead to
points.
May or may not.
Yeah.
Something interesting.
Sounds fun.
Yeah. So we've got that coming, and beyond Kamino, 𝗬𝗠, the 𝗬𝗠 drop was just huge, but 𝗬𝗠 as a project are doing some incredible things in the ecosystem. So definitely check out 𝗬𝗠. They make me bullish on Solana as well.
Spoken like a true airdrop recipient.
Yeah, for sure. And then there's 𝗬𝗠 as well, which you probably know the 𝗬𝗠 airdrop is coming up as well. Yeah. So
the vibe is so high.
Yeah. 𝗬𝗠 is 𝗬𝗠 are a top team, man. So they've got 𝗬𝗠, and they've got 𝗵𝗵𝗏𝗏 as well, which is an exciting product. They're launching like a Trader Joe style a DLMM coming soon TM. Yeah, so I'd say that's a pretty good overview for
cheers, man. Well, thank you for coming on, and really excited to see how Kamino develops and becomes more of a household name in Solana over the coming months. And yeah, man, let it rip.
Sweet. Thanks for having me, Jim. Thanks for the community.